prepping the engine bay.
As you can see, we have already removed the old motor from the car.
We started by removing the passenger side mount. Normally, you'd want to use a spot weld drill bit right here, but we're using tools you'd normally have in your garage.
Start by drilling out the OEM spot welds.
Use a punch to make a starting point for the drill bit. Use 2 drill bits, one small and one large. Use a cold chisel to start prying the mount off. Be sure to take your time so you don't damage the frame rail. It took forever, but finally, success. We chose to paint it this time. It's up to you on your preference. Be sure to cover all the bare metal. Use a grinder to smooth surface and prep for paint. Grind it smooth. Next, add filler and Bondo.
Smooth out all the spots after you have added filler.
Wet sand the surface and clean. Spray primer and let dry.
Color match your surface.
Hybrid racing makes a radiator that you don't have to move the mounts. We chose to use the OEM radiator. Remove radiator and condenser supports. Follow the same technique as the passenger side mount for removal of all the supports. Be careful not to go through the radiator support.
Hybrid Racing now sells a radiator that works with your OEM mounts.
Be sure to prime and paint all the bare metal. Test fit the radiator to mark mount locations. Prep surface for welding. Clean up and prep the mounts. Spot weld the mounts. Clean and paint where necessary. Install K-Series passenger side mount. Test fit the mount. Attach bolts to side and bottom of the mount. Mark upper holes for drilling and tapping. Remove mount. Use tap to make starting point for drilling. Drill mount holes. Use a tap and die to thread the holes.
Hybrid racing kit now comes with bolts that you just have to drill the holes for, and the bolts go all the way through the frame well with no tap and die required.
Test the newly threaded hole with the bolt. One final test fit. Install passenger side mount.
Come follow with the bass now.
Be sure not to over tighten the bolt or you'll strip the hole. We already removed the rear mount. Remove the remaining bolts for the new mount. Test fit the rear mount. Use the provided spacers and bolts from Hybrid Racing to attach the mount to the car.